Alrighty, recently played back at it to continue my year-end list extravaganza. This time around, I'm going to give you my top 25 songs of 2023. Again, these are organized in my very subjective feelings of the tracks, and if you enjoy this video, you get something out of it, then make sure to go check me out over at Instagram. I'm doing this kind of content regularly, and also give me a like and subscribe over here at YouTube as well. And without further ado, let's talk about some music. At number 25, Baba Louie by Jaimie Branch. A bright and colorful track off of the jazz trumpet player's posthumous and final album. I really love the use of xylophone and kalimba. It just kind of makes me think of a vibrant block party where people are just having a good time. And it has this kind of final scene of a movie sort of sentimental feeling that just makes it feel like it could go on forever. At number 24, Clutch Pearlers by Clark. Electronic producer slash composer Clark using his own vocals in his music is quite different for him, and I think it makes sense that the music should sound different as well. The bright and percussive sound of this song coincides with Clark's stylistic shift quite nicely. It feels natural, playful, and adventurous, which is how exploring new territories should sound. And at number 23, Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's Wife by SSERAFIM. At their best, SSERAFIM is progressive, stylish, and kind of aggressive as well. This song encapsulates all of that in a very memorable 3 minutes. It should be no surprise that it quickly became a fan favorite and spawned several remixes and alternate versions. Number 22, Fold the Horse by Liyou. This song starts off with this ambient experimental feel, kind of like sorting through a mess of archival recordings in a post-apocalyptic world. Gradually, we hear ASMR-like spoken word poetry and backing synth tones before the song opens up and gives way to this beautiful and angelic-sounding vocal performance. Number 21, Begin Again by Ware. Much of the album, That Feels Good, focuses on the idea of pleasure, but I really like how Begin Again taps into why we should think about that pleasure. Because life is so full of disappointments and regrets. And there's wonderful dramatic tension in the song, and the horns and strings really support that feeling of grinding and persevering so well. At number 20, Allergy by (G)I-DLE. After Yena's Smiley last year, I was still not convinced that Olivia Rodrigo's pop-punk revival would have a lasting impact on K-pop. However, I suppose we can leave it to (G)I-DLE to prove me wrong. Those Avril Lavigne channeling vocals from Yuki, followed by that rap rock verse from Soyeon, is just so perfect and is enough to make me enjoy a K-pop song that has glittery bubblegum pop-punk written all over it. At number 19, Je ne sais quoi by Odd Eye Circle. 2023 gave us one of the most interesting and exciting outcomes of a K-pop scandal in recent memory, and Je ne sais quoi feels like a proper victory anthem for the 3 former Luna members. It's groovy, it's cool, it's self-assured, it's a perfect track for a group that's been crossed before, but is now a force to be reckoned with. Number 18, Co-Star by Amaarae. Amaare's dreamy mix of Afrobeat, hyperpop, EDM, and R&B just feels so smooth and effortless. And then the way that her unmistakable voice jumps into that chorus makes it feel like the drugs that you took an hour ago are just starting to kick in. At number 17, I Want to Be Closer to You by Soul and Yukika. Originally released in 1992 and sung by NAMI, this Korean city pop classic was covered by both Soul and Yukika this year, each of them giving it a slightly different spin and doing it justice in their own way. And I think it's cool how many younger Korean artists are taking it upon themselves to help guide our curiosity. Number 16, Tik Tak Tok by Silica Gel. With the psych rock band's glossy, futuristic sound, this is just a big, unapologetic rock and roll anthem with a near 5-minute jam at the end filled with epic guitar solos. It has that face-melting, rock your socks off energy that every rock band is entitled to at least once in their career. At number 15, Bewitched by Laufey. From her album of the same name this year, I think the title track does a great job of displaying her unique fusion of modern and traditional pop. It's got that whimsical classic Disney movie charm, but the lyrics and vocal phrasing give it the instant reward feeling of a modern pop song. At number 14, Happening by Cosmic Boy, feat. THAMA and DeVita. There's something so timeless about 3/4 ballads, and this infectious duet between two rising Korean R&B vocalists is just so pleasant. And Cosmic Boy's simple, laid-back production is such a nice break from all of the obnoxious, attention-seeking sounds that normally fill our pop music spheres. Number 13, All of This Will End by Indigo de Souza. A beautiful and soulful indie rock track that says, sometimes your best isn't good enough, but that's okay because every person that you've ever met will die and every place that you've ever been will eventually be gone. And maybe this context makes our current challenges feel a little less overwhelming. Number 12, Psychedelic Switch by Carly Rae Jepsen. One thing I love about Carly Rae Jepsen's music is how she portrays this romantic sense of escapism. Tracks like Run Away With Me and Let's Get Lost are the first ones that come to mind. And Psychedelic Switch invites you to escape with her into a colorful and cosmic world reminiscent of Daft Punk's Discovery. Number 11, In Bed / Makgulli by Beenzino. This track by Korean rapper Beenzino shows off his range, his musicality, and his dexterity as a rapper. The first half is this moving reflection on being in a state of depression, and the second half recalls getting over that depression through learning to brew rice wine or makgulli with his wife and just being thankful to have each other and be able to have experiences like that. Number 10, The Wailing Mall by Alan Palomo. The gentle sound of waves crashing over the beach, the sultry saxophone making its entrance, and the drop of that campy synth bass. Alan Palomo knows how to set a scene and create a mood. The Wailing Mall brings us into that shopping mall in the 90s and cleverly tells the story of his introduction to American culture as a young child. At number 9, Watashitachihe, the album version by Kaneko Ayano. Although her music usually lands on being closer to indie pop overall, Ayano Kaneko always brings an element of punk rock to her music, and this track sees her at her loudest and grungiest. Love the big epic sound of it all, and the extended outro jam is nothing short of awesome. Number 8, Prize Fighter by Youth Lagoon. I really enjoy the lyrics in this song. There's great storytelling mixed with this feeling of thankfulness and appreciation, and there's also a nice sense of wisdom and humility. Additionally, it's very catchy and memorable and just delivers a simple, feel-good vibe. I remember listening to Youth Lagoon way back in 2011, so this was just a nice one to hear. At number 7, Dickhead Blues by Kara Jackson. An inventive song in how it mixes this raw traditional blues with a grand ethereal chamber pop sound. The two styles are at odds with one another, but that's what makes it so intriguing. And they're tied together with a neat bow by this theme of self-love, most memorably shown by the repeated line, "I'm not as worthless as I once thought. I am pretty top-notch. I'm useful." At number 6, Sunset by Caroline Polachek. A digital flamenco-inspired song that brings to mind the Gerudo Valley theme from Ocarina of Time for N64. Sunset builds to that chorus so naturally, feeling driven by the vocals, it helps create Caroline Polachek's world that is too perfect to be real. At number 5, Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. An epic piano ballad with awesome vocals that builds on all of the strengths and staples of Olivia Rodrigo's music. I love the second half of the track as well. I think that upbeat, almost 70s rock opera twist is such a cool touch. At number 4, Canada by Soyoon. Soyoon of the Korean indie rock band Sesoneon has such a spectacularly unique singing voice, and a slow, groggy, intimate ballad like this showcases it so nicely. And I don't just like this song as a Canadian. I think it beautifully portrays that feeling of not being able to be fully present. Feeling like half of your body and half of your mind is somewhere else. At number 3, Will Anybody Ever Love Me by Sufjan Stevens. It's hard to think of a chorus that's gonna cut to the heart as efficiently as the one in this song. It's so direct and concise. It has the dopamine rush of a top 40 pop song, and yet it sounds so undeniably Sufjan Stevens. We hear that banjo, the flutes, the electronic percussion and backing vocals. Everything comes together harmoniously. It gives you the feeling of standing hand in hand with Sufjan at some kind of spiritual ceremony. At number 2, Turbine/Pigs by Black Country New Road. I think this song might just best exemplify this new era of Black Country New Road. It leans further into musical theater and folk and still has this badass and elaborate show of force from this monster of a band. Its first section is a breathtaking ballad and it leaves you even more out of breath by the end. And my number 1 song, or should I say songs, of 2023 is OMG and Ditto by New Jeans. I know, it's 2 songs, and I know Ditto was released before OMG a few weeks prior at the end of 2022, but this is a flawless A/B-side single. In just under 7 minutes, you get moments that are kitschy and fun, and you get moments that are sparse and beautiful. The 2 songs complement each other perfectly and take full advantage of the girl group format. Like the background vocal chants in OMG or the fast syncopated rhythms in Ditto. Both songs have this sense of liveliness that you would get from a group of hyped up school kids jamming out at lunch hour. And there you have it, OMG/Ditto by New Jeans is my number 1 pick for 2023. There you go, that's 25 albums and 25 songs I recommend from 2023. I hope there was something in there that you discovered that you enjoy, and I hope that you like this video. And if you did like this video, go ahead and give me a follow over at Instagram and give me a like and subscribe over here at YouTube. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.